Afternoon. This is code number 2021-06339 in the interest of Zion Eidelberg. All parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Latoya Eidelberg, I'm his mother.
Okay, and for the state?
Angela Jeffries with the Office of the Attorney General, Your Honor.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent is Jalen Green, and Mr. Green was served on April 25th, 2021 at 9:08 a.m. at 9603 Homestead Road, Apartment 70B, Houston, Harris County, Texas. It appears that he appeared in court and signed an agreed order for parentage testing, which contained therein an order setting the hearing for today at 8:04 a.m. and he's not checked in. Is that correct?
He is not, Your Honor.
All right, we'll proceed by default.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would also like it noted that Mr. Green was given twice to do his DNA test, and he did not appear for either of those appointments.
Okay, we'll proceed then.
Thank you. The state calls Natasha Bidu. Ms. Bidu, where are you employed at, ma'am?
The Office of the Attorney General Child Support Division.
All right, and what is your position there?
I'm a child support officer.
Okay, and what is the nature of your responsibilities and duties as a child support officer?
One of my responsibilities is to investigate non-custodial parent wage information and calculate child support and retroactive in accordance to the Texas Family Guidelines.
Okay. And have you received special training to calculate child support in this case today, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, and what did you find Mr. Jalen Devonta Green's gross income to be today?
$1,268.40.
Okay, and what percentage did you apply in this case, ma'am?
17.5.
All right, and what is the guideline child support amount recommended in this case?
With medical support being set at $57, the guideline child support is $191 per month beginning October 1st.
Okay, and what are the net resources that you found for Mr. Green?
$1,092.11.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have nothing further for this witness. I pass the witness.
All right, Ms. Heidelberg, do you have any questions for Ms. Bidu?
No, sir.
All right, may she be excused, Ms. Jeffries?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're excused, Ms. Bidu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The state calls Latoya Renee Eidelberg. Ms. Eidelberg, you're the mother of Zion Isaiah Eidelberg. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and how old is your son, ma'am?
He is 3 years old.
Okay, and who do you allege is the biological father of your child?
Jalen Devonta Green.
Okay, and were you intimate with anyone else around the time that Zion was conceived?
No, ma'am.
All right, have you ever held out that anyone else was the biological father of this child?
No, ma'am.
Right. Have you ever been married at any point?
No, ma'am.
Right. And so in line with your testimony, are you asking to find that Mr. Jalen Devonta Green is the father of Zion Isaiah Eidelberg?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what household does your son stay in? Your household or someone else's household?
He stays with me.
Okay. And you want to be the parent with the right to determine where he will reside in the future. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And your son's last name is Eidelberg. What would you want his last name to be going forward?
Eidelberg.
And do you believe that's in the best interest of the child that his name remain Eidelberg?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what county do you live in right now, Miss Eidelberg?
In Harris County.
And to your knowledge, what county does Mr. Green live in?
In Harris County.
Okay. Do you understand that based on that fact, you'll be geographically restricted to reside in Harris and contiguous counties going forward?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, as far as the day-to-day decision making regarding your son, who usually makes the decisions regarding your son?
I do.
If there was a doctor's appointment that needed to be handled, who would handle that?
I do.
If something happened at school, who would handle that regarding your son?
Me. I do.
Right. How would you describe your relationship with Mr. Green at this time?
Um, it's a okay relationship.
Okay. Do you think that if the court ordered it today, you could co-parent with Mr. Green?
Yes.
Okay. And are you asking this court to approve a default where you will try and co-parent with Mr. Green regarding the raising of your son, Zion?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. As far as visitation or possession and access, when's the last time Mr. Green saw his son?
About a month or two ago.
And how long was that visit, ma'am?
About 10, 15 minutes.
Okay. And prior to that visit, did he have regular visitation with Zion?
He has regular visitation, but he doesn't come see him.
Okay. Right now, would you have issue with the court ordering overnight visitation starting off?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
What
you're asking
type-
for a modified type of visitation where you supervise the visits.
I don't think she's asking for supervised
No,
visits.
okay, modified visitation where, first of all, he's just gonna have the child for 4 hours, and then for a few more hours, and then finally overnight. Is that the schedule that you want to follow?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's move on from that.
All right, thank you. And after that, you understand that there will be a standard possession order after that, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, do you have any private health or dental insurance available for your child?
No, ma'am.
To your knowledge, does Mr. Green have any private health or dental insurance available?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you know if Mr. Green has any other children under 18, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How many children do you have personal knowledge he has?
He has 2.
Okay. And of those 2 children, does he pay child support for both of them?
One that I know of, and the other one I have no. He doesn't pay yet.
Okay. So do you understand today that we'll be giving him credit for that one other child that he has that he pays child support for?
And he'll
Yes,
be
ma'am.
ordered to pay $191 a month beginning October 1st, 2021. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. And are you seeking any retroactive or back support today, Ms. Heidelberg?
No, ma'am.
All right. And you signed this default order. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
And if court costs to build in this case, who do you believe they should be billed against, you or Mr. Green?
Mr. Green.
All right. And you're asking the court to approve the default order today, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
I have nothing further for this witness, Your Honor. I'll pass the witness.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted. Thank you very much, ma'am.
May we be seated, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Heidelberg, you can go ahead and go.
Thank you.
Ms. Hurd, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello.
Okay, you didn't pull this one up, right? All right, hold on a minute. Let me pull this case up. This
sir,
is
Your
going to
Honor.
be the Trinity Green case. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, that is correct.
Okay. Okay, who's appearing today?
Delisha Hurd.
You have Vontre Shears appearing in person, Miss Williams, in the adjudication of non-parentage.
Oh, Your Honor, I'm sorry. I'm actually, I want to present that as an exhibit. However, that's from a case earlier. That's just showing that I couldn't edit it because Mr. Shears has already signed it. It's just showing that he's not the father of the child, Trinity.
Right, but he did not appear.
No, sir, he did not appear. He appeared in person pro se.
All right,
didn't have
hold
to
on a
prove it.
minute. Let me. So we need to have the return of service on Reginald Charles Green. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, that is correct.
Let me see if I can find it.
Let's see here. I thought I sent you the correct thing.
Executed.
So we're proceeding,
All right.
Your Honor, on a no answer default.
Yes, okay. So the presumed father had appeared on February 8th, 2021 and acknowledged receipt of petition. All right. Okay, this is called number 2023-7553. In the interest of Trinity Markel Green, all parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Delisha Danshell Hurd. I am Trinity's mother.
All right, and for the state?
Jarquita Williams for the state, Your Honor.
Court will note that Reginald Charles Green is a non-custodial parent. He was personally served at 1687 Bearwood Circle, E. Clarksville, Montgomery County, Tennessee, and he's not filed an answer. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And the court will note that the presumed father, Montre Shears, appeared previously and signed a DNA testing order. And he and so we will have a default hearing. All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state would like to call Ms. Hurd as its first witness. Ms. Hurd, what is your relationship to the child, Trinity?
Mother.
Okay. And who is the father of Trinity?
Reginald Charles Green.
Okay, and how do you know that Mr. Green is the father of Trinity?
He's the only one that I was intimate with at the before I got pregnant.
And is there any possibility that anyone else other than Mr. Green could be the father of the child?
No, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would like to offer as Exhibit A the DNA results, which showing that Mr. Shears is not the father of the child.
You have any objections to me admitting that into evidence, Ms. Hurd?
No, sir.
All right, Stakes Exhibit A is admitted.
Okay, Your Honor, and the state would also like to offer Exhibit B, with the adjudication of non-parented for Mr. Shears, also showing that we've also filed that he's not the father.
Do you have any objections of me entering that into evidence, Ms. Hurd?
No, sir.
That's adjudication of non-parentage.
Okay, and so Ms. Hurd, are you asking this court to establish the parent-child relationship between Trinity and Mr. Green?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and Ms. Hurd, who makes the day-to-day decisions about Trinity?
I do.
And does Mr. Green contact you about the welfare of Trinity?
I haven't heard from him. No.
And who takes Trinity to doctor and dentist appointments?
I do.
Okay, and so are you asking this court to appoint you as the sole managing conservator of Trinity?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and are you asking this court to grant the standard possession and asset schedule?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and how is Trinity covered for health insurance?
He's on Medicaid.
Okay, and are you aware that cash medical support for the Medicaid has been set at $57 beginning on October 1st, 2021, based on the minimum assumption?
I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Ms. Hurd, are you also aware that child support beginning on October 1st, 2021 has been set at $217 based on the minimum wage presumption?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Hurd, and are you asking for retroactive child support at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you aware that the state can only go back 4 years from the date of filing when calculating retroactive child support?
That is correct.
So are you aware that child support calculated for the time period of June 23rd of 2017 through the present of September 29th, 2021, using solely the minimum wage presumption at 52 months, $11,856 for retroactive child support?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you aware, are you asking this court to order Mr. Green to pay $50 towards the retroactive child support
Yes, ma'am.
beginning on October 1st, 2021?
Correct.
And Ms. Hurd, has Mr. Green given you anything since June 23rd of 2017 for Trinity?
No, ma'am.
Has he provided any type of financial support or any other material support to help with Trinity's upbringing?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and do you have any safety concerns with your address being disclosed in this order?
I do not.
And are you asking this court to order Mr. Green to pay for all of the court costs?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and are you asking this court to grant this default judgment?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that because you believe it to be in best interest of the child, Trinity?
I do.
Okay, no further questions for this witness, Your Honor. I pass the witness.
All right, hold on just a second. All right, the court will approve the order submitted. Thank you. Oh,
Thank you.
let's do that, Marie.
May we be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Hurd, thank you for your patience today. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Okay, this is call number 2021-05766 in the interest of Wilnisha and Shayna Riggins. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
Michelle Smith, mother.
All right, for the state,
Kara Mitchell.
court will note that the non-custodial parent, William Riggins, Mr. Riggins is not present. He was personally served on April 2nd, 2021 at 10:33 a.m. at 18204 Chisholm Trail, Apartment 718 in Houston, Harris County, Texas. And he's not filed an answer. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, and this is strictly a no-fault divorce, order, Miss Williams. This is a
Yeah.
no. This is strictly a no answer.
It's not strictly, he did appear last time, Your Honor. He signed the reset.
All right, let me look at it.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. All right, court will note that on July 6, 2021, Mr. Riggins appeared and signed a reset order setting this matter for Zoom hearing today, and he is not checked in, correct?
Your Honor, I believe the last setting was actually
There was another one.
the 25th. Yes, that was the last reset that he.
Let me look at that one. 25th of August, 2021, he reset this matter, or he's appeared and signed a reset order setting this matter for hearing today. Okay, and he is not checked in, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, let's proceed by default.
All right. The state would like to call first witness, Ms. Smith.
Okay,
Ms. Smith, could you please state your name?
Michelle Smith,
Okay. And what are the names of the children in this case?
Shanna Lee Riggins, and Wilnisha Deborah Riggins.
Okay. What are their birth dates?
Shanna's birthday is today. It is September 29, 2006. Wilnisha's birthday is June 14, 2004.
Okay. And who is their father?
William Riggins III.
Okay. Are you currently married?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're married to Mr. Riggins?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, were you married when the two children were conceived?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you and Mr. Riggins stop living together?
Over 12 years now.
Okay. And are you asking the court to find that Mr. Riggins has the duty to support the children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. With regard to conservatorship, are you asking the court to grant a joint managing conservatorship where you are designated as a person with the exclusive right to designate the primary residence of the children within Harris County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. With regard to possession and access, the visitation, are you asking the court to order a standard possession and access schedule?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. With regard to child support and medical support, do you know if Mr. Riggins is working?
Not as of right now. I don't know.
Okay. How is there any private health insurance or dental insurance available for the children?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Are you asking that this court order that you apply for the government medical assistance program or health plan for the children?
Yes, ma'am.
Does Mr. Riggins have any other minor children that either live with him or who he's ordered to support?
Not of my knowledge. I don't know.
Okay. And so we were able to calculate child support in this case using minimum wage. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And we were able to determine that Mr. Riggins should pay you $266 a month starting October the 1st and every month thereafter. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
For child support.
For child
Right.
support. Yes, and you're asking this court to order that he pay you that amount.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and for medical, cash medical support, we were able to determine that Mr. Riggins should pay you $75 a month starting October the 1st, 2021, and every month thereafter. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're asking this court to order that Mr. Riggins pay you a cash medical support of $75 a month starting October the 1st, 2021, and every month thereafter.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. With regard to any retroactive child support, when you and Mr. Riggins stopped living together, had he or has he given you any financial support for the children since you guys have not been living together?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so are you asking for retroactive child support?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, we did calculate retroactive child support between January the 29th, 2017 and September 29th, 2021. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And we were able to determine that for retroactive child support, Mr. Riggins should pay $17,889. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and are you asking that this court order that Mr. Riggins pay that amount back at $139 a month starting October the 1st, 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. With regard to non-disclosure of your address, do you have any safety concerns with your address being listed in this order?
No, ma'am.
Okay. With regard to court costs, do you think Mr. Riggins should be ordered to pay court costs as billed?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking this court to grant this default judgment against Mr. Riggins?
Yes, ma'am.
And you think this is in the best interest of your children?
Yes, ma'am.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.